presentation, right? Okay, so we are excited to have you. All right, so the next thing on our program is myself, right, as academic advisor. So I'm just going to do a brief orientation overall to the physics programs. Dr. Sharma covered a lot of very important points, and they will be reinforced as we continue into the program, right? Because we have several other speakers who will be covering on the main things. All right, so at this point, folks, I am going to share my screen. Okay, and get you started on a great adventure, right, known as physics. So I hope it's no accident that you are here, because all of, there will be a slight bias, I can't help it, by profession, I'm an astronomer, right? But all of physics is about things at the smallest, the largest scales, and of course, the universe and all that's around you. So let the journey begin. Let your adventure begin, right? So whether you're falling into a black hole, whether you're meeting a Nobel laureate, these are undergraduate students just like you, meeting up with Nobel laureates that we've arranged to come to Trinidad and Tobago, or you're flying somewhere and you look out the window in the plane, right? I took this picture and it's like, wow, look, Jupiter's in the sky. And yes, you can even go searching for aliens. All right, so we're going to do a little overview and orientation to our department as well as physics, all right? So perhaps the best known figure, right? And you are welcome to put it in the chat if you recognize Uncle. Right, I could hear you. I could hear you through the virtual space, right? Uncle Albert. So, you've been asking yourself, I have been accepted into the physics program. What could I possibly do with physics, right? I would reframe that as, what can you not do with physics? Okay, so it's a marvelous foundational place to actually go into anything, all right? Even beyond, however, that you wish to craft your future career, because physics is the most fundamental of all sciences. And I would tell my students, I would throw out a challenge to you, give me anything, and I'll show you the physics in it, okay? So chemistry is built up on physics, biology is built up on chemistry, which is built up on physics, right? And we could go on and on, right? IT couldn't exist without all the electrons and stuff zipping around. So you give me anything, because physics is the discipline that takes things at the smallest, most marvelous scales of what's happening to the absolute largest, which is the entire universe, with us and our own existence, the magic of our existence somewhere in the middle, right? Yeah, we teach astrobiology too. Where did we come from, right? How did life originate in the universe? So it's an exciting journey ahead of you, whether it's electronics you are interested in that you've been accepted into, whether it's biomedical that excites you, right? All of it at the fundamental heart and soul is the basic structure of physics. So as you go through your program, you're going to learn a lot of skills, all right, that you're not even realizing, right? These side consequences. So you learn to problem solve, you learn to work in teams, you may be doing some labs with lab partners, right? Maybe some of the lecturers may give you a group project to work in, and all of this is training you for your future. Yeah, well, there's really no department like physics department to engage in a high-tech area, right? Dr. Sharma mentioned the electronics workshop. So you in your labs, right, as year one students will be dealing with equipment and learning and engaging in the high-tech environment. Of course, you learn to experiment, be creative, and to think out of the box. Why? I mean, that's no course outline, but these are absolutely essential skills for you when you reach the job market and for you to go on in your future career, okay? So, well, of course, when you get to the specific programs and your lecturers start with you and you'll see the course outline, I'm just doing an overview that as part of your program, these are some of the things that you will learn as well. And they are very, very important and valued things for the future. Okay. How do you communicate, right? How do you write up your labs? How do you problem solve? Okay. So these are really important skills, because I've taken too long into my thing without mentioning something very important. It begins with the letter A and ends with the letter I. Feel free to put it into the chat. Can anybody guess what that is? Right? Oh, I could reframe it, right? Can you spell AI? All right. So you're going to learn, right, how fast the world is changing with the advent of artificial intelligence. Okay. And all of this is built into all that you will be doing. So the future, and you are the future. All right. I will be retiring and looking and to see what great things you guys are doing. But the future is clearly built up on a really fast changing thing that's happening, right? Which is living in the world with the artificial intelligence and all that it's bringing to the studying place, to the job market, to everything. So I'm sure all of these, I hope these words give you a buzz, but these are the things, right? Fundamental physics, possibility of alien life, future of civilization, discovery of gravitational waves, all of these things, right? Science, technology, and the future is right here. Okay, in one way or another, you are learning the fundamentals of it. So our department, and you would have already heard from Dr. Sharma, we offer the BSc General, in which many of you may have been offered the major in physics, okay? Some of you would be doing an entire BSc in biomedical technology. So speakers after me will come on and give you more details on these programs. And towards the end of today, we will go into breakout rooms with your specialization to answer very specific questions. So you could do a major, you could do biomedical technology, or you could do a major in electronics, right? You will hear the same things. Dr. Clark will be coming on to explain about majors. A single major is not enough, so you need to do more courses. You could either a double major or major with minors. And you know, these things is just to tell you that some of the fastest growing occupations are, when you look at it, right? Epidemiologists. Never limit yourself to just even Trinidad and Tobago. Some of the highest migration rates in the world is from the Caribbean. And statistics are that 1 in 4 of you, right, will probably end up abroad. So we don't just teach for the job market in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean, but we teach for the entire world, okay? So you can see the value of biomedical technology. It's some of the areas that are at the cutting edge forefront of the job market as it's forecasted. All right. So some data shows us where do our physics, where do you go with a physics degree, right? So many people end up in with the fundamentals of physics, right? Like biomedical technology and things like that. And a certain percentage of you will end up working in an engineering related field, even with your physics degree. All right. Many people do want to and end up teaching. Okay, but it is a springboard, a foundation for many, many fields. And some of you may opt to do a double major in physics and computer science. So we are closely linked, right? If any of you are doing a maths and physics major, the world is yours, okay, with that kind of combination. So all that you do, okay, brings us to many important places. There are many, many opportunities that exist, all right? So we have internship programs locally through biomedical technology, as well as many students. I think as of probably 9 students in the last few years have actually had opportunities where they've gone abroad and spent 10 weeks, right? Paid internship. These are just the details of it, okay? working with the scientists abroad. So that's just an example. We also have minors. So you could do a single major with a minor and make up the other electives. You could do a single major and 2 minors, all right? And that will also complete your program. I don't want to too much overwhelm you, right? You will keep hearing these information and like number of credits and things like that. So these are some minors we offer, and a minor would be 5 courses, 15 credits. So if you do 2 of these minors and a major in physics, you will get your 6-day advanced credits. Did I say I was not going to mention too many credit numbers? So the minors we do offer are medical physics, bioengineering, right? That's 1. Electronics, material science, as well as environmental physics, okay? So you broaden your base and you increase your opportunities and chances. Where are our students, right? So we do keep track, and over the last decades and so on, they are all over. They're all over the world. They're all over the Caribbean, and they're right here working in many, many jobs in Trinidad and Tobago. So as you're seeing, I'm not going to read them all out. Our graduates out of the same program, many of them, those of you that are doing BMET, and of course, Dr. Sharma mentioned there are also master's programs that you can go on to, renewable energy as well as biomedical physics. So yes, they are also in finance, right? The skill sets that you learn when you do physics are some of the most valued ones. When you do a lot of data analysis, right? So you work in finance, right? When you learn the soft skills, they have ended up in managerial positions, they are technicians, they are material scientists, and on and on. So you have a very broad array ahead of you. No, I'm not going to read all of it, but you can see it. This is just a small example of where our physics graduates have actually worked, okay? So a lot of people think that, oh, you're doing a physics degree, all you could do is teach. We are mythbusters, okay? No, teaching is one of the choices you have if that's what you wish to do. All right, so you can also work in industry. So just take a look at the range. I was speaking to a student just a couple of days ago. She did a degree in physics. She got a first class honors. She went on to do a Fulbright, right? She was a Fulbright scholar, did a master's in material science. And guess what? She was interning at Tesla, right? So big companies like that. And she returned to work for a while with BPTT. So that is one path of one of our very recent students. And so there are lots and lots of magical stories, but I have to keep my thing short. All right, so I would need to just note, I will ask some of my admin staff, Dr. Paul, I know this is what we did last year, but so one of the things that's happening is that all of you have a hold on your registration. Attending this meeting is mandatory. After this meeting, you're supposed to go in and submit your document. Well, make sure everything is all submitted, and then that will allow the hold to be lifted. So maybe perhaps in the chat, our admin staff can put more details on these and the JOT form and how you are to use these things. Okay, so we'll be wrapping up, and what could possibly be a word of caution when we are so excited? What is it that you do not want to slip on? Folks, I have to mention this. I've been teaching for a long time, and I still get these problems, all right? And a lot of people don't realize what the definition of cheating is. All right, so cheating is taken very, very seriously at the University of the West Indies, and you may even end up doing it not realizing plagiarism. Using AI to do your assignments can lead to very, very severe consequences. So I want to put that in your head from now. This is a part that many people don't realize. They think cheating is when somebody copies from you. Right? I know too many stories of deadline is up. One friend asks another, can I see what you've done? And the friend takes that and uploads it before the other one. I know two clear stories of that. And these lead to disciplinary actions and lots of problems. So cheating is considered not only to benefit someone else, right? But to benefit another by deceit or fraud. All right, so both people get in trouble. Don't think that you think you're doing a kind deed by giving your solutions to a friend who is struggling with a deadline. You are as much at fault and will be held accountable as the person who copies. Okay, I have to say it because this does happen. Okay. So at the end of the day, there are very simple secrets of success. And I hope you're making notes, right? Because it's here. Guys, the art of note taking has gone away because yes, we do give you the PowerPoint presentation. You must attend, but to be able to understand, there is something about it going through your eyes, through your brains, through your hand to make notes, okay? So I have degrees in psychology and many accreditation in neuroscience, and I'm telling you, okay? A very easy way to increase your grades. Attend classes. Dr. Sharma already mentioned 75% is required, or else you could be banned from examinations, okay? So it's very few things, folks. Take notes, make notes, attend classes, right? And success can be yours. All right. Are we, oh God, I don't want to sound like somebody. Right. So are we ready to win? Okay. So I need the admin staff to help me here a little bit. The next slide has a question on it. It's a multiple choice. And the first correct answer to reach in will win something amazing, handcrafted. It could be, I don't know if you can see it, astronomy coasters that go on stand, or very cool pencil cases, right? Okay, so there's definitely something amazing for you. So y'all ready? Okay, all set? All right, so there's a multiple choice question on the next slide. And well, we will have a record of it. So the first correct answer that reaches in the chat, we will need your contact, or you'll just get in touch with me, Sharon Hack, and to collect your prize. Okay, let's go. All right, so there it is. Who here has a degree in physics? Is it Elon Musk? We all know very well. Was it the former Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel? Is it Brian May? If any of you all are into Queen's music, you should know who Brian May is. And, or is it all of the above? So I'm not going to say anything else. So I'll give you a little chance to plug in your answers into the chat. Let me just see if they're coming in.
Can I enter?
Not yet. You may send it to me. All right. So guys, plug in your answers. All right, so oh, okay. So many people are, I think, sending it to me directly. All right. So you're welcome to just send it out generally. All right. So you have 5 more seconds, right? And that voice you heard is probably an introduction to the next speaker who will be coming on. And I'm seeing the answers coming in. And do we have a winner? Well, let me announce the winner one time because I can see them. All right. And let's put it this way. Right? Can I get a drum roll? Many of you do have it correct. And the answer is, and the winner of these very cool coasters, astronomy coasters, goes to Naeem Mohammed. Okay, Naeem, so make sure and get in touch. And many of you did get it. And would you believe it? How far physics can take you? The answer is all of the above. So you could be a musician. He's an astrophysicist, Dr. Brian May. You could be a politician and have a physics degree, and you could almost rule the world, right? And go to Mars with a physics degree. All right, so folks, that brings my segment to an end, and we plan to, right? But in the words of Queen, we will rock you. All right, so let me move on to our next speaker. And with some very, very important information coming your way, right? We have Dr. Ricardo Clark. So a little introduction to Dr. Ricardo Clark. He's a former head of department. He is a former deputy dean. So he comes with a lot of experience about the university and about learning and education. So use him, right, to ask all your questions. So I'd like to now introduce Dr. Clark, and he will explain about the year one physics options, the majors and minors. Okay, over to Dr. Clark.
Thank you, Professor Hack, and new students. I want to say welcome to the physics department. And first of all, I have to tell you, well done, because you've really earned your place at the physics department, having excelled at the secondary school level whether it's at Cape level or otherwise, to get into the physics department. And we all know it's not easy at all. It's a lot of hard work that you put in there to reach the physics department at the University of the West Indies. So I'll say, we need to give yourselves a round of applause for that and say, well done. Now, I would be touching on the areas of the major in physics and the minors. So here we would start on to the major in physics. So let's go straight on to the major in physics and what is required. 1 second, please. Yeah. So Professor Hack would have already mentioned to you about, why physics? So we'd say, okay, and she spoke about how it explains the universe, and it also powers a lot of innovation. Those of us who are doing a major will eventually do a physics major research project in the final year, and you'll see the innovative parts of you coming out there. Some of the skills already spoken about from Professor Hack in terms of doing physics, and it's quite unique compared to other disciplines where we would be developing our problem solving, analytical, creative thinking skills. And as noted already, all these skills can be applied to different areas: finance, technology, medicine, environment, the industry. And that's why we have our minors in physics as well. Firstly, let's look at your physics major. So your physics major is made up of 12 credits at the level 1, 30 credits at levels 2 and 3. You can, as Dr. Sharma said, you read the undergraduate booklet, which would tell you about all of the courses there. And then even on the website, you'll get a little bit more. And when you get into the classrooms, you will get the course outlines from your lecturers. Let's focus where you are. So where we are is that we are at level 1, and we'll be doing courses in mechanics, optics, oscillations, waves. You all know all the applications. These are topics at the CAPE level: electricity and magnetism, thermodynamics, and modern physics. For this semester, you would be registering for 2 courses, and those are 2 3-credit courses, first 1221 and 1222. We'll say a little bit more when we go into the breakout rooms, and that's Introduction to Mechanics and Introduction to Optics, Oscillations, and Waves. At levels 2 and 3, at the advanced stage, we'll be doing more advanced topics in quantum mechanics, again, also in electricity and magnetism, thermodynamics, and so on. And the physics builds a really strong foundation for a diverse set of careers, as seen earlier and shown by Professor Hack. Now, I must bring this one in, and that's, again, we all want to know about our universe. Those are some of the biggest questions for humanity. So we want to know, how did the universe begin? Are there any foreign persons out there? Is there life out there? What is dark matter? We heard about the black hole just now. What is a black hole? What is inside a black hole? Is there anything in the black hole? Is it massive? Is it empty? Yes. So let's explore the unknown. And there's a really nice course at the level 1, which is not part of the necessary for your physics, but it's one, if you have the space and you're a bit curious about your universe, you should try it. And that's the course, Introduction to Astronomy. Later on in the physics major, you will get on to a course in astrophysics. Of course, both of these courses are taught by Professor Hart. So uh, some real exciting stuff, and looking forward to answering some of the biggest questions in humanity. Now, you'd ask yourself, so that's a major. And you say, okay, why do we have a minor? Why are there minors in physics? We heard of the 4 minors. I'll touch on them shortly. And that's because you'd want to specialize in an area of interest. So the minor is there so that if you're interested in something, okay, try it out. Now, you need not do the minor alone. The full minor, which is 15 credits. You can do one course in it. Just test it out. See, do I really want to do material science? Do I want to do environmental? And then you can see if you want to do the entire minor. So if you're doing a major in physics, you have room because you have 30 other advanced credits there. So you can do 2 minors, you can do 1 minor, and some other courses to make up the other 15 credits. It helps boost your career opportunities, as noted earlier, and it tailors your studies to your goals. And that's what it helps you to do with respect to the minors. The minor in electronics, you will hear a bit more about this from Dr. Sharma when he's looking at the major in electronics. And we see, so you get a bit more on this. The minors, as I said, are made up of 15 credits each. Basically 5 3-credit courses, and each minor has a practical course in it of 3 credits. So 4 so-called theory courses, but very applicable and hands-on as well, and 1 practical course. There, in the minor in electronics, we would look at the design in optoelectronics, digital circuits, and microprocessors. And we find that, and these things are everywhere, as Professor Hart said, everywhere in the world. You turn around, the computer that you're using, what's that? That's physics. The transmission, okay, we're doing this via Zoom, that transmission, how is that? How is the data transmitted? Why are you able to hear and see? That's physics, okay? And a lot of it is the electronics as well. And some of the courses, as we are noted here, some of your careers already noted. One can get into the telecommunication industry, and that's really huge. And of course, in instrumentation, in biomedical instrumentation, and of course in AI. We also have the minor in environmental physics. That's my area, my area. So, of course, I would encourage you to. And this is where we apply the basic physics, okay, to the climate. We apply it to the oceans, to the earth system, and even to renewable energy. Yes. So there are courses in meteorology, climatology, geophysics, search for oil and gas. You learn the fundamentals there. You learn the fundamentals about knowing about our solid Earth, and we use geophysical techniques to determine what is the nature of the solid Earth. Well, of course, the Earth is not completely solid. We have courses in physical oceanography, earth science, renewable energy, and geohydrology. And some of the careers are an environmental consultant, renewable energy, a scientist, and in the area of disaster management. We also have the minor in material science, again, 4 theory courses, and one would want to look at the structure, the property of materials, and the different types of materials. We have plastics. What is that? Material. We have metals, different types of materials. You learn all about the materials. And what's a building block? Physics. Well, of course, it's physics and chemistry with the material science, but the building blocks, physics. Okay. And you learn all about that there in those courses. In material science 1 and 2, we look at technological materials and ceramic science as well. Some of the careers are in the manufacturing industry, and there's a huge number of manufacturing industry in Trinidad. So you may find yourself there in terms of product designs and nanotechnology, materials engineering. We're looking at materials for renewable energy and for your solar cells, for your wind turbines. And we have our minor also in medical physics and bioengineering, which forms part of the BSc in biomedical technology. So you'll hear a bit about that as well there. And this is where we apply the basic physics again to healthcare. Very, very important. You see how important physics is? Or important to healthcare. Instrumentation, the measurements, the medical practitioners cannot do any sort of measurement without physics. Cannot. Simple thing, taking a blood pressure. What is the accuracy? What's the precision with that instrument? That simple thing, taking your blood pressure, taking your temperature. Okay, so that's instrumentation. Okay, and we learn all of that. We have a course where we work where we look at metrology, and you'd have a visit to the Trinidad and Tobago Bureau of Standards as well in there. So we applying our physics to healthcare with imaging, biomechanics for our athletes, biomechanics, very important in diagnostics as well, in treatment and in instrumentation, as I mentioned. These are some of the courses there: medical physics, bioengineering, radiation, biophysics and medicine, medical instrumentation. And of course, we have a master's in biomedical physics, and they now you can go and specialize, and you can go on to work in with a medical team, and you can go on to be a medical physicist. You can become a biomedical engineer. And now beyond the classroom, there are many opportunities. Prof. Hart spoke about internships in the biomedical technology program, internships with the astronomy there. So there are also internships which we are working on in electronics and in other areas, and wherever there are these opportunities for you to intern with our industry partners. And also there's international exchange. I know in the biomedical technology, also there's the internship when you complete, right? And that one you get a paid internship there. And of course, we have our student societies. When you're on campus, it's a time to really enjoy, and it's not all bookwork. Okay, so therefore there are these societies, whatever interests you. There's the astronomy society, you'll hear about that, and there are a number of others. We may be calling on you for some to support with respect to outreach programs as well. In closing, we'd say that, as we noted, what does physics do? It equips us to solve problems, and no other discipline does that. We spoke about all of those skills which we learned there. So what we want to say is explore your options. Look at the options. From now, you have to see, where do you want to go? Look and see what there is. Dr. Sharma said, read the booklet. Read the booklet. You're going to start. We have office hours, and as well as you can meet us right after the class. Speak with us. Speak with the different persons in the different areas. You have experts in each of those areas we've spoken about in the minors. Speak with them. Explore what your options are, where you want to go, what you want to do. Right? We are here to engage you in that conversation. You engage us. Remember, physics is both foundation, and it's as noted by the speaker before, it's also your launch pad to take you to so many different careers. I wish you a most fulfilling and successful time with us here in the physics department for the next 3 years. Again, 10 classes, I'm repeating. Yes, we repeat ourselves, but very, very important. Attend your classes, make your notes, and something that one of our professors way back said, when you come to university, any university, it is said, you go there to read for your degree. I urge you, you'll read. I know you're probably reading something on the internet now, or reading something, a note from your friend. Read, but I want you to read around, read specifically with respect to the courses which you're taking. Not only physics, all of the courses. Read broad and read deep. Again, I wish you a fulfilling time here with us at the physics department. And thank you for choosing physics.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. Right, so lots of very, very important information there and those marvelous words of inspiration as always. All right, so I'm just going to fill in some things. Okay, so in the chat we had that what's the difference between the minor and the BSc Biomedical Technology degree, right, from Ahalia. And so those are special options. It's a very structured program, which is a BSc Biomedical Technology. At the end of that program, like you can work as a technician in biomedical sector, things like that, right? If you do the minor, it does not make you specialize in the area. It gives you an introduction to it and an opening to move further. All right, so as was put into the chat, a minor is just 5 courses, whereas the entire biomedical technology program will have 60 advanced 60 advanced credits, right, towards it. So those are some of the things that make the difference. All right. Yeah, so also one more, a little announcement, one response which came in same time as with Naeem, but it went elsewhere. So we actually have a joint winner, and that is Mariana Lipao. Okay, so Mariana, also get in touch with me, and Naeem, just reinforcing what you said. Yes, when the semester opens, and if you do intro to astronomy, just identify yourself to me. But if you don't, that's not a problem. Just email me to collect your prizes, and you wouldn't have to share. There's enough crafty astronomy things to go around. Okay, so at this point, let's move on to the next part of our program. And now we have, right, speaking specifically to the BMET special option. So it will also answer the question that was asked earlier. I'd love to invite Dr. Courage Mahufava. Yes, he's a young chap. I mistake him for a student all the time, but a brilliant new academic who has joined with us, and he is in the field of medical physics. All right, so Courage, let me pass it over to you.
Right, thank you so much, Professor Hack. I'm sharing my screen now. I hope, please confirm if you can see my screen and if you can hear me. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see and we can hear you.
Right, okay. So welcome, students. Thank you so much for joining today. As Professor Hack has introduced, my name is Dr. Courage Mahufava. I'm the new coordinator for the BMET program after Dr. Joseph, who is currently on leave. So today I'll just walk you through the program just to discuss the structure, the courses, the credits, and things like that. And at the end, I'll give you some career options that you may choose from if you decide to take this program. All right. So besides coordinating this program, I'm also involved in the MSc Biomedical Physics program, which I teach a number of courses. So just to give you an outline of the what I'm going to be talking about today. Firstly, I'll just give you an introduction of what biomedical technology is. And then we'll discuss a bit of the structure, the courses that you have to take in year one, some foundation credits, as well as career opportunities. All right, so what is biomedical technology? All right, so you've been, let's say you go to the hospital, and I'm sure a number of you have seen X-ray machines, CT scanners, ultrasound machines, dialysis machines, and all those sophisticated machines, right? And so biomedical technology is basically the application of physics, engineering, and technology in order to solve problems in medicine. So when it comes to equipment, it involves not only the development, but also the maintenance of the devices, the equipment, and the systems, right, of those systems that we use to diagnose and treat disease, as well as to monitor patients too. So this program is a joint program. So it's a collaborative effort between physics and the Faculty of Medical Sciences. And so in this program, you will get the opportunity to get hands-on experience. So when you get your advanced courses, you will have the opportunity to work with experienced professionals from the industry, and you will have some form of experience with some of this equipment that I'm talking about. All right, so in terms of the structure of this program, it's a total of 93 credits, as Dr. Paul has put in the chat. And basically, in your year one, you will need 24 credits. All right, and in your year one, of course, you'll be focusing on the scientific and mathematical foundations of the program. When you advance to level 2 and level 3, that's where you begin to focus more on specialized biomedical technology skills. And of course, you're gonna have there's some lab courses. Dr. Clark also mentioned a course metrology, which I also teach, which focuses basically on measurement. All right, so how do you know that the temperature you're measuring is accurate? All right, how do you know that the radiation dose received by a patient during an X-ray scan is below, the limit? So things like that, that's what metrology deals with. And you're gonna have the opportunity, of course, to travel to TTBS, which is basically the Bureau of Standards for Trinidad and Tobago. You also have an opportunity to have an internship and a mini project, research project. So in BMED 3000, which is a research, which is basically a research and also internship-based course, you have the opportunity to go to various medical facilities, both private and public. And you're gonna work with industry professionals who will guide you through the whole process of knowing basically how you apply what we have learned in class in real life. All right, and you of course will present at the end of your project. So that's on the advanced level. But today I'm just going to focus on the year one. So like I said, for year one, there's 24 level 1 credits, and the level 2 has got 60, and then you need 9 from our foundation courses. So I'm going to break that down. I'm going to start with the courses that you have to do in your year one. All right. So in your year one, you basically do your fundamental courses, your anatomy. Of course, you need to be able to know the anatomy of the human body in order to, to be effective in terms of understanding, let's say, images, medical images, or when you do a treatment, whether it's a cancer treatment with the radiation machine, you need the basics. So year one, you look at anatomy, you do physics courses like mechanics and optics. However, you also need math courses and foundation courses. For those students who already have got pure maths, CAPE passes, or maybe any other equivalent math like GCE A level, you could apply for exemption without credit. All right, key point, without credit. So if you get the exemption, then you will need to pursue alternative courses. And I'm going to show you some examples of those courses that you can choose from. All right. So you can get exemption if you have got passes in your CAPE. So you will need to do a foundation course. So for semester 1, you'll be able to do 1101, which is basically Caribbean civilization. All right. And then for semester 2, you do similar courses as well. So it's just going to be an extension. So from anatomy 1 to anatomy 2, and then the physics courses as well. And the math, like I said, you can get an exemption if you got the passes at your matriculation. And I'm going to talk about those foundation courses in a bit more depth. All right. So once you get the exemptions, you have to choose courses to make up for your credits. All right. Because the exemption is without credits. So this is just an example, just not a comprehensive list. So if you want to have a comprehensive list, there's more courses that are offered by the Faculty of Food and Agriculture and other faculties. But this is just to show you an indication of the wide range of courses, of course, that we have available. In addition to these, you can also choose some core curricular credits to make up for your level 1 credit. So these, you can't go beyond 6 credits. So you can choose a maximum of 6 credits from core curricular courses. And if you visit this website here, perhaps Dr. Paul can put it in the chat. You'll be able to see a list of core curricular courses that you can take. Just keep in mind that these courses are not counted when considering, if you want to be considered for the Dean's Honor Roll, which is just a recognition for academic performance. All right, so let's look at the core courses. So there's 3 core courses which make up 9 credits in total, each with 3 credits. Like I said, this one here, Caribbean Civilization, is offered only for those students who have got a foreign language requirement. Right? If you have got the foreign language requirement, then you can take this course. Right? But if you don't, then you would have to take the foreign language course instead from the CLL. So CLL is basically, I believe, is the Center for Language and Learning. And they've got a website, which I just put down here. So this is the course that you would take if you don't have any foreign language, or if you failed one. So, and the other 2 courses, you can only take them in semester 2. All right. So this one you can take either in semester 1 or semester 2, but the other 2 courses are only in semester 2. And of course, you could register for this program either as a part-time or as a full-time student. And it's possible to change your registration status during the course of the degree tenure. If you are, however, employed as a full-time student, then you can only pursue this program as a part-time student. And in terms of the number of credits, if you are a full-time student, then you should register for 12 to 15 credits. Let me try to use a laser pointer here, right? So if you are full-time, then you should register for 12 to 15 credits, right? For each semester at level 1. If you are part-time, then you would need 6 to 9 credits per semester at level 1. All right, so this is per semester. All right, so what are some of the career opportunities that you can have as a biomedical technology student at the end of your degree? Well, there is a wide range of career opportunities. I just cannot exhaust them all in this time period, but just to talk about a few. So you could become a biomedical engineer. So you'll be involved in dealing with sophisticated equipment like I mentioned before, CT scanners that are used for diagnosis. There are other machines for therapy, linear accelerators, X-ray machines, ultrasound equipment. So you could become a biomedical engineer or a technologist. Or if you're interested, you could go into research. But if you want to further your education, Dr. Clark mentioned as well, I think Professor Hack, that we do offer an MSc in biomedical physics. And I'm also involved in that program. So in case you want to ask more questions about this program, you can reach me via my email, which I will share at the end. All right, so we do offer an MSc in biomedical physics, which is mostly for professionals who want to go into clinical practice. So it's a clinically oriented program. All right, so in terms of student support, of course, we have a lot of support for our students, but like Dr. Sharma mentioned, make sure you attend the academic advising. Of course, there's the online form, the JOT form that you can fill in and send to each of the specialists in each of the areas that you want to study. I believe it should be available from starting today. I don't know if it's already available. Maybe Dr. Paul can confirm. And as of course, we do have a faculty in-person welcome event for new undergraduate students. This will be on the 27th of August. So next week after next week, so it will be in Daga Auditorium. Of course, we do have library support. And if you want to have, if you have more questions that you would like to ask via email, you can. But of course, we do have a breakout session that if you want to ask more specific and technical questions, you can ask. Other than that, thank you so much. I see there is about more than 50 students, I believe. If I see the number, yeah, which is good. More than 50 students in the who are here today. So I'm glad you are here to attend this, and I'm looking forward to meeting you all in the breakout rooms. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mahuvava. So he's in the exciting area of medical physics, and really we got a good, clear layout of what's expected in that program. All right, I'm just going to take a few of the 1 or 2 questions that I'm seeing in the chat. All right, it started with are students not eligible for exemption allowed to take extra credits in the form of these courses as well? So one of the things, Jada Marie, you may be limited by is how many credits you could register for. As Dr. Courage just showed, 12 to 15 for a full-time student. So it's possible that you may not be able to fit it into your program, but I will tell you that there have been cases where students, out of their sheer interest for a particular course, knowing that it's not needed for their program, have managed to take it. Sometimes they do it over summer, all right? But at this stage, especially this first semester, register for the courses for your program, okay? So it's not required, and most likely the credit limit would stop you, right? But it's not impossible at the same time. All right. Right. So is it possible for a full-time student to pursue BMAT in 4 years instead of 3? So if you are passing all your courses and you are registering for all the courses, full amount that you're required, then you'd finish in 3 years. But in reality, it often happens that sometimes a student doesn't pass a particular course. Now they have to do it in another semester and things like that, right? So it does happen that sometimes students take longer than 3 years, okay? And there's no penalty for that. I think somebody did put that, just keep an eye on with regards to GATE and how they're covering your program, okay? So it happens in practice. Sometimes students also decide, because of personal challenges and so on, to spread their program out a bit. They take it slow and do it well. Every failure drops your GPA, especially the advanced courses, okay? So if you do it slower, but you're passing all your courses, you'll end up in a better place than trying to rush the program, failing, and constantly dropping your GPA, in which you could lose your GATE funding too, okay? So all of these things you have to think about. Let's see anything. Okay, so lots of information there. I just was looking to see if there's any question. All right, what is the difference between the academic advising form and the registration of courses? Right, so academic advising, which we are doing now, is just a form in which you fill out the courses for your program and things like that. Registration is a different process where you will have to go into your, I think you guys do it through Banner, admin staff can correct me. My learning portal, you go through a different portal and you actually select the courses so that it shows up on the system that you are registered for it. And it's that registration that allows us to see who has registered for what courses. So it's a good question you've asked. It's 2 different things, okay? Can I start doing my co-curricular courses in semester 2 instead? Yes. All right. So it's a good idea to plan out the entire year from now, okay? When is the first payment of fees due? Compulsory and tuition. Okay, I don't have that information handy with me. If admin staff have that, you could probably put it in there. All right. But all the information is available on the websites and everything. Okay. And monitor, once you have your email set up, they will remind you of all of these things. All right. So let's move on, right, to the next part of our program, where the next major, literally major, offering that our department does is in electronics. And this gentleman needs no introduction because you've met him already. I'd like to invite our acting head of department, Dr. Davinder Sharma, who is, his specialty is electronics, to tell you more about the major in electronics. Dr. Sharma.
Okay, Prof. Okay, just confirm. Please confirm if you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see and we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So let me go through the major in electronics. Okay, so electronics courses are basically offered in 3 different parts. Okay, for example, major in electronics, of course, it is totally electronics. And then we have electronics courses in minor electronics. And then we have courses courses on electronics in your BSc Biomedical Technology program. So I will go through these courses soon. Okay, so now let's first talk about the major in electronics. Okay, so this is a program which is jointly being run with the Department of Physics and Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. We started this program in 2014, 2015. And this is it is offered to the students who is willing to do major in electronics independently. You can basically do double major, as we advised earlier. Okay, so you can do major in electronics and physics both together. You can do major in electronics and major in computer science together. These are the popular, very, very popular combination. You can also do major in electronics with the major in information technology or mathematics. Okay, so objective of the program. So I will just go through the main objective. So main objective is basically to provide highly marketable specialist skills in technological aspect of communication, control, and integrated electronics. So basically, we want to develop a manpower in the area of communication, control, and integrated electronics within the country. Here we have a shortage of all these skills, you know very well. Okay, so I will leave others. Now, in terms of entry requirement, since main entry requirement for this particular course, for this particular program, is that you should have 2 CAPE level subject, physics and math, both compulsory. If you have that unit 1 and unit 2 at CAPE level, so you can enter into this program. There are other entry ways also, so those are listed here, but you have already joined here in this program. This information, the number 1 is only for the students. If you now want to join, if you have been awarded, if you have been entered into the physics and you want to do also enter in electronics, you can enter, but the requirement is there you should have both pure mathematics and physics. Okay, and the main strength of this program is this is interfaculty program. Okay, just like we have a BMed program which is between physics and medical sciences. Okay, so same thing is here. So this is between physics and electrical engineering. Okay, and this is the only pure electronics program on the campus. And it also allows campus interchanges. For example, if you want to move to another campus, let's say Mona campus or Cable campus, so this program allows you to move from one campus to another campus also. And this program, as I said earlier, is capable of catering the need of local industries like telecommunication, oil and gas, mass media, Ministry of Education, etc. Okay, where automations and other things are being used. And this basically program can also assist you into be the entrepreneur. Okay, so you can run your own industry, own company after doing this program. Now, in terms of program of study, okay, so like other BSc program, this program is also contain 93 credits. So if you look at here, so it has this particular major is made up of 30 advanced credits, in which you have 8 theory courses and 2 practical courses. Most of our courses in physics, they are 3 credits. Okay, so and out of those 30 advanced credit courses, you have 9 core courses. Okay, and you can do 1 elective. So we have 5 elective courses. Out of those 5, you can do 1. So 9 core plus 1 elective. So total 10 courses that will give you 30 advanced credits. Okay, so and the practical courses that we have, 2 practical courses that we have in the major, that covers the content that we have taught during the theory courses. So they are separate courses. They are not embedded in the theory courses. They are separate practical courses. One is year-long course and another one is the semester-long course. And I will soon show you the listing of the courses. So the courses with physics codes are offered by the Department of Physics, and courses with ECNG code, they are offered by the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Okay, so this is very, very important slide for you, okay, because particularly you're the first year students. So if you look at here, so at level 1, in the first year, these are the 4 compulsory courses that you have to do in order to graduate from this program. Okay, so you have to, in the semester 1, okay, so you have to register for basically Comp 1400, which is a programming 1, and then Math 1142, which is the calculus 1. So you have to register for these courses this semester, definitely. Okay, and in semester 2, you have to register for other 2 courses, Phys 1223 and Math 1141. Okay, so now, as you heard earlier, Dr. Mawaba was saying that you need 24 level 1 credits. So these 4 courses will give you only 12 level credits, 12 level 1 credits. So you will need 12, basically 12 more credits, means you need 4 more courses to do. Okay, so I particularly recommend these courses along with this one. So what you can do, I recommend you to do ENGR 1180, which is the 3 credit course offered by engineering. Okay, and so this is the must one for you, because this will give you the foundation for engineering courses, especially ECNG 2001, which is a communication 1 course over there. They utilize mathematics aspect from this particular. They move from, actually this is basically the prerequisite from them over there. Okay, and then what you can do, because you have to choose 5 courses in semester 1. Okay, so these are the 2 courses where you don't have any choice. You must have to choose these 2 courses. Then 3rd course, you can choose this one. And the 4th course, you can either choose Phys 1221 or Phys 1222. I'm just giving you this option. It is not necessary that you have to choose the physics courses. Okay, you can choose other courses. Dr. Mawaba has showed you the list of co-curricular courses. Okay, so you can choose those co-curricular courses or other courses offered by the faculty. And in semester 2, okay, so what you have to do, you have to definitely take this ECNG 1016, which is essential for, again, their engineering course in communication 1. Okay, and you can choose, you have to also choose this Math 1194, which is 1 credit course, and this introduces you to the MATLAB engineering program. They use MATLAB extensively. Okay, so I will advise you to, in semester 2, definitely take these 2 1 credit courses, and you can choose this Phys 1224 course or other courses from the co-curricular list. So every semester, maximum limit is 5. So you have to choose 5 courses. Okay, so 1 in this semester, this is the first course, second course, this is the third course, fourth one, this one, and the fifth one, you can choose the foundation. So Dr. Mawaba has already discussed in detail the foundation courses. So you have to complete the foundation courses and try to complete your foundation courses in the first year. That will be better, but you can complete later on also. Okay, so these are the courses for electronics major for second year. So I will not spend much time here because next time when you will come, so we will I will give you this in the continuing student academic advising. So this is the second year courses. Okay, the courses in yellow that you're seeing over there, these courses are these courses are also available in minor in electronics, and also they are also available in biomedical technology program. Okay, so that's why I highlighted in yellow. Okay, so this is the third year courses that you have to do. Okay, so courses in yellow are available in minor in electronics as well as in biomedical technology program. In the third year also, these are the list of 5 electives that you can do. Okay, so means you have to choose only one. Okay, so we have we have 5 courses here based on what specialization you want. If you want to go in the communication side, so you can choose the communication courses. If you want to do medical instrumentation side, so you can choose medical instrumentation. Okay, so if you want to go into automation side, so you can choose this advanced control system design course. Okay, so further detail we will discuss in group breakout sessions. Okay, so this is the overall snapshot, okay, of the courses that you will be doing. So this information is also available on our website. So these are the courses that are the courses on the left are for semester 1. The courses on the right are for semester 2. Okay, so in semester 1, in level 1 here, year 1. So you can see here, these are the 2 courses in semester 1. These are the 2 courses in semester 2. Okay, and in year 2, you will have to do these courses. Year 3, you have to do these courses. Okay, and year 3, these are the 5 elective courses that I already mentioned to you. And of course, these are the foundation courses. So this foundation course is available in semester 1 and 2 also. So you can do this in semester this semester, and in second semester you can do one of these or both if you have available credits. Okay, so all these informations are available there. Now, what you will get after doing this degree? This is a big question. Okay, so there is a huge market of electronics outside. So you know everything is made up of, means everywhere you will see electronics equipment. So market is there, shortage is there. So after completing this degree, okay, you can go into the telecommunication industry, just like locally TSTT, digital, TAT, the flow, you can go over there. You can go in the oil and gas industry where automation is there, Petrotin, BPTT, NGC, etc. Okay, you can also go in the power industry like TNTAC, PowerGen, etc. And mass media and broadcasting TV industry. For example, Wind TV, IETV, etc. These channels, they need communication people. Okay, any other industry you can go where automation is being used. You can also go to the government ministries. Okay, just like Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. You can go to the higher education, etc. Okay, you can go to the also government bodies, for example, Kareri, NIHAS. Okay, even UV, you can come here. Okay, EMA, Met Office, etc. And of course, you can also become the school teacher. Okay, but to become school teacher in physics, you have to do necessary physics courses along with this degree. Okay, so this electronics degree alone will not make you eligible for physics teacher over there. So you have to do some physics courses also. And apart from this one, okay, so you can also go for higher study. For example, you can do our MSc program in biomedical technology, biomedical physics. Okay, and then you can do MSc program in renewable energy technology. You can do MASc in electrical engineering department over there. Okay, and of course, you can also do MPhil and PhD research degrees with us after completing this particular major or graduating from this major. So thank you. if you need further information, you can visit website or you can contact me. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Dr. Sharma. It was very enlightening, a very important field, the field of electronics with many job opportunities. All right, so there's a question there. I see that the meeting is being recorded. Where can you find the recording after the class is finished? Anyone from admin who just wants to drop an answer into that? But we can, yes, it is being recorded, so we can get it to you. All right, we can send it to you by email, or we could put it on our website. All right. Right, so we are coming almost to the end of our program, but not without one final part of the most important people, I always say, which is the students. So the last thing we have is that we will have asked one of our presidents from student societies, so he's one of you, to speak. But I just wanted to give a little story. So the student is Johan Baines, and it is related to a question someone asked. So Johan was doing a double major, physics and comp sci, I believe. And so he had no space in his program to do any courses, but I think he was in love with astronomy. So he turns up in my class and asks me, Intro to Astronomy, can I sit in? I have no space in my program. And I didn't have a problem with that. I'm like, okay, he's going to sit in 1 or 2 and disappear. But 1 week, 2 week, 3, 4, right? Johan didn't disappear. Johan didn't even miss any classes. It reached a point, I was like, let me see if I can get you registered for this course, right? As extra credits, but because of deadlines and so on, we were not able to. But this is what enthusiasm does. But because he did this, and in the following year, he got through with the internship program abroad, where I wrote a letter of recommendation for him attesting to this. He also started to volunteer on projects we were doing with Astronomy for the Blind, and he benefited very much from that. Anyway, so without much further ado, a student who's very active in our physics societies, there are 2 of them, UV Stargazers and Spark. So he's been the president of Spark, Society for Physics Advancement, Research and Collaboration. Johan, let me pass it over to you now to say a few words.
Okay, hi everyone. Well, I'm really thankful for that humbling introduction. So first of all, congratulations. I really loved hearing that in my orientation, because you don't choose physics by accident. I don't believe anyone here has, and really if you do, it's a very, very fortunate accident, because it makes you all the more academically effective due to the rigor of the program. Analytical, especially mathematical thinking, is a transferable skill, as Professor Hack would have shown you with job opportunities. But nonetheless, you do choose the clubs you engage with. So as stated previously, TT Spark is one of the 2 physics clubs on campus alongside UV Stargazers. For TT Spark, I am their president, and the acronym reflects our goals. So with the Trinidad and Tobago Society of Physics Advancement, Research and Collaboration. We're a relatively new club in that we've been trying to revive it, because when I was in year 1, there was no physics club. There was UV Stargazers, yes, but I've been trying to change that. So in terms of events planned, last year for Guildfest, we had a physics Jeopardy. A few years ago, a catapult competition. And for stargazers, they've been going strong. They have stargazing nights. So if there's a full moon, super moon, some stellar body out, you can count on them. Both of us also do movie nights. And if there's the demand, we'd look at discussions on papers, probably even presentations if possible. And now just on to more my experience, I guess, if you'd allow it. So when I came in first year, I thought, I guess kind of rigidly, that clubs were more or less perpendicular to their given department. Excuse the horrible builderific diagram if you can see it. So the purple being clubs, the yellow being the department. So that's how I thought of it, but in fact, it's not necessarily as perpendicular, more closer to parallel. Because Generally speaking, with clubs in a specific discipline, like physics or astronomy, there tend to be overlapping of the goals. So giving you the best experience possible at the institution within and outside of the classroom. So this may manifest in guest lectures. Clubs would tend to participate in that. We'd spread the word, attend them. And in the case where extra hands are needed, and we happen to know about it, we try to field volunteers from the club. Generally speaking, clubs, they're an extension of the cohort's wish. So if it's a means for communication with others in the department, for example, you can meet students further along in your program to get advice on internships, courses, or just meet interesting people. Because some of the best and strangest friends that I have are people that I met building TT Spark. It's an adventure and members do make the club. That being said, we would want to hear from you as the next generation of physicists, electricians, climate scientists coming into this club. So I would have spoken very briefly on Guildfest. That's early September. And if you don't know, it's a club expo where all the clubs more or less have a booth. You can visit, register, ask about them. So you will find us there, and you will find some others completely unrelated to any discipline. For example, the East Asian Society, Gaming Society, music. So if you see me on the halls and generally have any questions, feel free to ask about my club. We'll also be there for Fresh Start 2025. That's on the 27th in Daga, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So we look out and hope to see you there.
Thank you very much, right? So literally, Johan is one of my star people. He has been very active with astronomy. One of the reasons also, guys, to be engaged in other activities like clubs is that when you start to apply for scholarship and even jobs, and you're competing, it's very competitive. They often will ask you, well, what else did you do at the university that was not connected with your program? And that's where that comes in, because things like leadership and so on count for a lot. Community engagement. So through clubs, you build these aspects of your career, okay? So based on that, so that has actually brought us to the end of our program. Very important information in the text at this point, where at 2 p.m., right, the online academic advising form will be available from 2 p.m. And that will allow your holds to be removed. And from there, you can proceed to register for the courses. And we hope this session has clarified what you have to register for and things like that. But we are not all over yet, so do not go away, because at this point, so at this point, we are going to go out into breakout rooms. So based on the program that you've been offered, so there'll be 3 breakout rooms, a major in physics, major in electronics, and a BMET. Okay, and I'm asking all the academic staff from physics department who are here, who are in the specific areas, please go to the breakout rooms, and that's where we will take specific questions. Just a little bit before, I hope you haven't started to go. At this point, we can also take general questions, which will benefit everybody. So if you want, you could put it into the chat. Just general overall questions. Many of the lecturers have already repeated several times. If you're doing a major, there are 12 credits, right? Prereqs, which will be for the physics and the electronics, but you need 24 level ones, okay? So you have to find others. And may I make a sell for, if you need extra credits, there are level 1 credits. There are no prereqs for it, which is Intro to Astronomy. Phys 1001, it has been hugely popular among students. I teach that course, so you're welcome to take that up as an elective or to just make up your 3 level 1 credits that you may need. All right. Okay, right. So there's lots of information they've put there. Okay, so there's a question. I'm just going to read it. For students that did the N1 pre-science program, do you have to upload the N1 certificate for the qualification of matriculation or the unofficial transcript. If you have the N1 certificate, I will suggest that you should upload both. We can, of course, access your transcript. So Ravindra, if you're able to upload both, I would suggest you do that, right? But if you have the N1 certificate, that will work just fine because we have access to your other records. For students, okay, right? So I think that's the same thing. How does someone apply for an exemption? All right, so there are forms, right, that you have to fill out. So there is a form called credit and exemption forms. Please listen very carefully. There are two different things. If you get exemption only, right, then you have to replace it with another 3 credit course to make up enough credits, okay? And the code would be EX. If you get exemption with credit, then those 3 credits will count, all right? So there's that little difference. And who it affects mostly is the BMAT people because of the whether they have CAPE Maths and whether they have to do Math 11, 15 or not, things like that. Okay, right? So they said use the transcript. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So, right. So Miss Phillip, right, Letitia. Yeah, so if you have not received your N1 certificate, go ahead and upload your transcript. Any other general questions? All right, okay, right, folks. So at this point, as we said, please go out into your specific breakout rooms, right? So there's one for major in physics, one for BMAT, and one for electronics. And so in general, it's over and out from me. I look forward to be in touch with you all, and thank you so much. And let's get started on our
Hello,
exciting
Prof.
journey. Yes, somebody wants to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say one of the links sent, I think the last, one of the links is broken. It's basically saying page not found.
Oh,
I think that's the link for exemption, I think. The one with FST documents.
okay. All right. So, okay. So if you guys are having any problem, well, I think you all know to get in touch with the STA, the physics, right? Email address, which would have been put in, and we could send it. All right. Look, they've resent the link there. So thanks for checking that, Dr. Courage. Somebody has asked how to apply for foundation foreign language course. Okay, right. So I hope you all understand that. If you have CAPE, if you did Spanish or whatever subject, Spanish, French, at CSEC or CAPE, right, you will do 9 regular foundation courses. But if you don't have a language course, then you have to do a language course, which will, well, there are a lot of them. The classes fill up very fast. I think even sign language is considered as one they can take, and they fill up really fast. All right, so there's Japanese, Mandarin, there's no end, Hindi, I think Arabic, there are lots and lots. So look it up, right? Look it up online. You will see all the course codes. And when you go in to register, you'll have to pull up that course and add it. Right, so there's the email address for anything that we may have missed or any problems you have, right? physstudent.support@sta.uv.edu. Okay, awesome. All right, so very nice to connect with some of you who have been talking to us in the chat. And let's go into our breakout rooms. And folks, that's it. And at the end, when your breakout room, when you've completed that, you can proceed to leave, okay? You don't need to come back to the